Hey man,
Hey man,
welcome to Hey Man, the We Love You podcast.
today we're talking about a concept that I had a pretty hard time articulating in the moment.
Because it is kind of hard to explain. We're talking about all the important things that you forgot from when you were a kid.
Things from when you were in school or during childhood that seem so simple once, but are easy to lose sight of as you forge into adulthood.
Sharing, listening, cleanup time. They seem obvious, but after taking some time to think about it, you might find that we all could use a little reminder as to what they really mean.
This turned into one of our favorite episodes yet. As always, there's some goofs and some laughs, but we relearned some big lessons along the way.
Make sure to follow the podcast wherever you're listening to it, and to check out our Patreon if you want. Next week, we have a super special episode, so make sure to tune in for that.
That's right.
We're going to Japan.
We also have a book, We Love You, An Optimistic Guide to Life on a Rock Floating Through Space.
Get it wherever you get your books.
And as always, enjoy the pod.
We
Love
you.
Hey man.
Hey man.
We love you.
One, two, three. Sharing is caring. Sharing is caring. Sharing is caring. We're sharing a lot of things today.
And listen and learn.
Whoo, yeah.
Welcome back to the
Welcome
We Love You
back.
the We Love You podcast. Hey man, as it's been called by the media.
Everybody's talking about us.
I think the Smithsonian has an exhibit on us now.
Yep, we're long dead and old by
Yes.
now. You're
Yeah.
listening to the past.
Yeah.
Well, I guess a podcast is always the past.
We're right next to the big dinosaurs.
No, we're right next to the big gum one.
That was in
Night at the
Museum
Museum.
1.
Which one?
Ben Stiller. I
hardly know
her.
her. Anyways, we're back, and today we're talking about the things you forgot as kids. No, the things we forget as adults that we were taught as children that maybe we should remember.
We're talking about things we were taught. This is hard to explain.
It's kind of hard to. So, like things in school we were taught, or in life.
Yes. Things from our childhood. Simple
Simple lessons and
pieces of wisdom
and little fun things even.
that you pick up as a kid, and that at some point along the way you just kind of forget because, oh, that's so simple, or that's so for kids. You kind of leave behind at some point. But
I think as a teenager you age into this like edginess and you go, oh, I don't need to do nap time anymore.
I put aside childish things and become an adult.
Exactly. But who doesn't like nap time?
Personally, I need a nap time now and then.
I really need a nap time now and then, and I would love to work it into our schedule. Imagine both of us just at 2 p.m. every day. We go, hey man, it's nap time.
This
You can
vi-
have that little spot in my corner,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
we can curl up in the bed together.
We go head to toe though.
Yeah, head to
We
toe
always
for
do head to
sure,
toe.
for sure. Yeah, and you got stinky feet, man. I'm getting the short end of the stick.
I have stinky feet when I've been in my climbing shoes, but usually they're fresh as daisies.
You're constantly the furthest person from your feet at all times.
That's not true at all.
That's not true. That's not true.
There's people in
But-
space.
But like thinking like anatomy wise,
Yeah.
your nose is very far from your feet.
Yes.
And now currently, I am closer to your feet than you are.
Well,
And
I
they
am
smell like.
I am my feet.
Yeah,
I am my feet. But your nose is closer to my feet
Yeah.
than my nose is close to my feet.
Right. Exactly. If anybody has tips on how to de-smellify some
Climbing
shoes
shoes.
or because we both have this problem, it's not just Thomas.
I have climbing shoes and they're working great. They're not even that old, but at some point a switch flips and
And it's a day, and they go.
they go from new shoes to I think I need to throw these in a biohazard container.
Yeah. Yeah.
I do want to. This is important for me to note. I'm not usually a smelly person, which is why it's so
No.
strange that my shoes, specifically my climbing shoes, get so smelly. Because my other shoes don't
Yes.
stink. Say it.
No, yeah, you're not a smelly guy.
Say it louder.
You're not a smelly. No, you're not a smelly guy.
So yeah, thank you. Anyway, we're talking today about childhood wisdoms that you might have lost along the way, and that we're here to remind you about.
Yeah. And number one is to clean your feet. Okay, moving on.
Okay.
Andy,
how was your last couple weeks?
my last couple weeks have been splendid. I think it was Valentine's Day for Thomas and I. We both.
Well, for us and our partners.
wait, but It's not a false statement to say that it was Valentine's Day for Thomas and I.
Yeah, I guess it wouldn't be. It was Valentine's Day for everyone.
It was Valentine's Day for everyone, and we had our own experiences separately.
Yes. I was up in the Bay Area again.
And I was down in Joshua Tree National Park.
We're in rainy Los Angeles right now.
Which is an oxymoron, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's been rainy for the past few days. But it's a very cozy time to be talking about a very cozy topic, which is
children. Or like the ideas of children. The ideas we're taught as children that we forgot as adults.
I mean, to start, I think we can just talk a little bit about
who we were as students, right?
Yeah, because like we've said before, we went to middle school together, we went to high school together.
So yeah, we knew who each other were in class,
yeah.
And I think it's fun to share who we kind of were to everybody else.
Okay, let's look at 5th, 6th, 7th grade. Those are some prime middle school years.
Oh yeah.
Who was I at that point? I was rocking a serious fro.
Yeah.
Not fro, I guess.
Yeah, it was a very voluminous coif.
Yeah. Oh, you're thinking slightly later when I went.
Maybe I'm thinking
up.
8th grade. Yeah.
No, I'm talking about 6th grade when I had it was like an orb.
It was an
big
orb. Yeah,
orb.
that's fair.
Not that I don't.
Your
really
mom cut your hair.
Yes, my mom cut my hair, and it was always just a big ball of blonde curls around my head.
It was very comical.
What do you mean by that?
No, I'm saying
I thought it was. My mom said
you
it was.
looked very handsome. Sorry.
Thank you. My mom said I was beautiful.
Yes, your hair is your crowning jewel.
Thank you. I appreciate that. But yes,
that's a weird thing to say to your friend.
Hey, your hair is your crowning jewel.
Oh, thanks, man.
You're saying I'm like a court jester? You're saying I'm like a funny guy? Funny how?
I did think of that. I thought you were kind of like a jester character.
You mean look in retrospect? You think of me like that, or in the time you thought of me as a jester?
No, you would walk up with a little pep in your step, and like you would literally click your heels and go, "Hey guys, I'm Thomas."
Well, I was really good at clicking my heels. I could do like 3 or 4 clicks in one jump, which most people couldn't.
And he would also tap dance in front of everybody.
I wasn't tap dancing. I wasn't classically trained. I just was trying to bring some positive energy to the group.
Well, you thought you were classically trained to some respect.
Well, because I was very, very good. I was a natural.
Without training,
you
were very, very good. You were natural, yeah.
But just as a student, I was all of these things on the schoolyard. But as a student, I think I was a very attentive student. I participated a lot in class. I was not exactly like the teacher's pet kind, but I was always the kind that would just be really kind of.
No teachers ever had an issue with you.
I always try to make the teacher feel like they have if the class is kind of being disruptive in a certain day, I go, "Hey, sorry about this anyway." But I would also be friends. I know. But I'd be friends with all the kids too. But I'd have a little aside with the teacher and go, "Sorry about this. I liked the lesson."
Yeah, that's fair, and that's very sweet. And a teacher needs that.
And especially getting into 8th grade, you start to be a little bit more aware that teachers are people.
Yes, that's true. And that's when the class is really rowdy.
Yes.
You know, and even we were kind of rowdy in 8th grade. One of my funniest, the times I've laughed most in my entire life.
This is one of the experiences that really bonded us as like, okay, we're friends now.
We were sitting next to each other in that class, and we had the textbook open, and she said, "Turn to page 67."
And we had some project to be doing or some test that was. It was like completely silent time.
Yeah.
Like you couldn't talk. You had to be working on something serious.
I think the lesson was about tension, surface tension or something. I mean.
Yeah, something to do with physics. So there was a display of someone holding a string.
Yeah.
Holding a string taut between their hands. And they kind of had it between their fingers weren't totally tight as fists.
They just had strange fingers, but
they were just holding the string, and it looked totally normal. But I leaned over to Andy and pointed at the picture.
I was looking at it previously and going, "Wow, something's weird about this photo."
And I go, "I thought those were feet."
And it's not that funny.
In
retrospect, it's not funny. But looking at the photo and not being able to laugh, we laughed so hard.
Our brains short-circuited, and we were both wheezing, out of breath, crying, laughing, picturing someone with their feet balled up as like fists, holding a string
between their toes and like rolling a thing in the middle.
Yeah, it was really weird.
But it was one of those kind of laughs where you start laughing and you realize you're not supposed to be laughing right now, so you keep laughing because it's the worst thing to do in the moment. And it got so loud
that when we got kicked out of class.
Yeah, we got kicked out of class.
Miss Evans wasn't a mean teacher, but she goes,
No.
"Boys, outside
now.
Cool off.
Yeah.
And we went outside.
And kept laughing.
And we were laughing harder than ever, like echoing down the hallways.
Yep.
Like, and she comes out.
I
she
was
goes,
crying.
She goes, opposite sides of the building. You, Thomas, out
Yep.
the other door. And
Yep.
she split us up for the whole building.
And we were not bad kids.
we were always pretty well behaved in class.
Yeah.
Then we'd cool down. We came back in class. And we cooled down.
We'd sit next to each other and start cracking up again.
And well, all it took was just looking down at the textbook. It was closed at this point. But then I just look over at Andy and his eyes are like beet red. He's dancing.
And I'm like holding my breath.
And I just explode again. And we get sent outside again.
Yeah, get sent outside again.
And Miss Evans.
We're sorry, Miss Evans.
Yeah, we really are. We didn't mean anything mean by it. But
we loved your class.
Yeah, we really did. But you brought us closer together. And so really, in the end, it was worth it. But thinking back on that time, it's easy to just go, oh, we were just kids. And there was and now we're adults and we know so much more and we're so much wiser.
Right.
But there is so much to being a kid. And so we're going to go through, we have a list here. We're just going to talk about little things that we think we could have more of in adult life that we had a lot of as kids.
And the stuff we learned. You know, most importantly. I think a lot of playtime in the middle of the day to do tag and stuff, like recess.
Yes,
right?
Yes. We go through our life all business-like, and this is a serious thing I'm doing. This is something that's important, and I need to focus the whole time.
And to be fair, good.
Yes.
We need to focus, and we have jobs to do to help support society and help our families.
Make the world run smoothly.
Exactly. But why isn't there a game of sharks and minnows in the middle of the day?
Yes.
Your boss,
yeah,
he's the teacher,
yeah.
or he's the yard duty.
Yeah.
And they say, okay, guys, go to opposite sides of the field, because in the ideal situation, every office building has a giant field outside.
Yes, if we institute this as a new thing, they'll need to build them.
Yeah, we're trying to institute this.
Yes. And it's recess time. Okay, go run around.
Play tag.
Play Foursquare. Play tetherball.
Cheese touch.
Cheese touch.
I don't know about the cheese touch.
We don't need
Let's
the
not
cheese
alienate one of our coworkers over here. Carl got the cheese touch.
Yeah, we can't actually have a conference with Carl this afternoon because he has the cheese touch. I mean, school is also a serious thing because you're trying to learn, you're working. It's as serious as anything is as a kid.
Yes, of course.
But then you're able to go, okay, and now it is restful time. Now it is playtime.
And time to just run around and do some exercise
or to talk with your friends.
And, we're sitting all day on our butts and,
yes,
and I feel it in my back.
Yes,
that I need to have a spot in the day to run around outside and
play army tag.
Yeah.
Army tag was my favorite game ever to play at lunch.
So much fun.
It was, if you don't know, other people call it infection. Some people call it, there's another
Amoeba,
name for it. Yeah.
I've heard.
But it's tag where if you tag someone, it's not just their it, you're both it now. And then if you tag another person, there's 3 people who are it and 4 people and so on and so on.
It's like a bacteria spreading.
Yeah. And so the last person to get tagged wins.
Is running from all these people, though. It's so fun.
And it's lunchtime or recess time. And over 15 minutes, you'll have this huge, long game where at some point, maybe 20 kids are playing, maybe 30 kids are playing.
Yeah.
And you're getting chased across the field, and you're like,
and
I survived! I survived!
It includes everybody. Everybody can play,
Yes.
and everybody can participate.
That's the thing about the games at recess, because later in 7th and 8th grade, you start to be more cliques and talking to people and stuff.
Yeah.
But in those earlier years, it's, no, we're all playing.
We're all playing.
We need more people. Of course you can play.
Of course.
And that's how it's going to be in the office buildings. That's Gladys
There's
from
gonna be
accounting.
handball courts.
Foursquare.
Yeah. And there's going to be slides.
Yeah, let's just say there's going to be really cool
slides that give you big rashes because you slide down and the friction's really bad.
Your shirt slides up in the back and it almost tears your whole back off. But on a philosophical note here, having that space in your day of just knowing this time is for being joyous. This time is for rest. This time is for taking a beat out of the rhythm of go, 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 to go, no, I'm not going. I'm actively, the thing I can do is just have fun.
Have fun, and this time can be to meet new people, to make new friendships, to grow a little bit as a human being as well.
Yeah, we became friends during a recess or a lunch.
During recess, yeah.
I became friends with basically all of my oldest friends at a recess or a lunch.
Same here.
Like everyone. But yeah, lots more play is necessary, I think, in day-to-day life.
Yeah.
Next up, I think just the idea of listening. Of just listening being this virtue that's not just practiced, but taught and reminded to people. Because think about the kids in class who would be goofing off. Teachers very quick to say, remember to listen. Listening's so important.
Right.
And as a kid, you can't escape this idea that listening is just as important as speaking.
When you're making friendships and meeting people, you can't just talk and talk about yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the most important part in forming these bonds and these long-lasting relationships and conversations that actually matter
mm-hmm.
is listening.
And remembering.
And
also, just a pro tip, the best way to make friends is just by asking people about themselves and going, that's so cool.
That's so cool. That's awesome.
That's mostly how I've made every friend I've made.
Yeah.
It's going,
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And what else?
If you run out of questions,
that is tough.
I don't know.
That is tough.
You know, if you could give me tips on how to
make friends.
How to make friends after that, after running out of questions, like, oh, what's your favorite color?
As an adult, it's like, oh, so what do you do? Oh, where are you from?
Oh,
what was that
wall.
like?
That's the wall.
And then you hit a wall. But then sometimes you can come off the wall with just like a crazy question, you know?
Yeah.
When was the last time you felt close with someone?
What's the most interesting piece of tea you've heard recently?
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be anyone in our area or
it just something interesting.
Yeah.
Just make it anonymous. Who cares?
And you don't have to shit talk anybody.
No.
You know, it's just like a nice little piece of juicy gossip.
Brings you closer together.
Yeah.
Gossiping is something that's maybe negative from school.
Sure.
But there is something about not necessarily the content of gossip, but the activity of gossiping, of just like sharing things about how you think about the world.
And it's a little bit vulnerable.
It's vulnerable because you're sharing maybe things that wouldn't be shared out loud. And that does bring people close together. It's like sometimes you'll have someone, like a random acquaintance who's like not quite a friend, but at some point you'll just like have something that feels like, oh, I don't know if I would have said that to someone if we weren't friends.
Exactly.
And that
brings you instantly closer.
Now you're friends.
And I think in addition to listening, we
mm-hmm.
can talk about like one of the most valuable things was to participate in our class, and the teachers
mm-hmm.
would call on us, and we would have to share, and we would have to popcorn read,
mm-hmm.
and do the things that we're uncomfortable with doing on a daily basis.
Yeah.
Some of us were more comfortable than others.
Yeah, that's very true. But you get put in groups with people you don't necessarily know, and you have to make do.
You have to make do.
And sometimes you'll make a new great friend, or sometimes you'll just get the job done and go, well, that was pleasant.
Yeah, and maybe you're working together with them, or
mm-hmm.
and they're not necessarily on the same page, or like your old class partner you get paired up with, and you go, ooh, I don't know about this one.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're like,
that's always tough.
This is going to be a weird week.
This is going to be a weird week, but you do it anyway. You have to persevere and incorporate their ideas,
mm-hmm.
and in the end, you come up with something genuinely unique and valuable.
Yeah, and even if it was just the experience that ended up being unique and valuable. Because sometimes
right.
I made some bad presentations.
That's true. That's true. Or a lot of times I was the only one making the presentation.
I was big on that.
Yeah. Max Wong.
Max Wong. We're talking about you. We can keep his full name.
I think that's funny.
But he's our dear friend.
He's our dear friend, and he's great. And he drives an ambulance now. So
yeah,
he's an EMT.
The thing about participating in class, which is really, I think, valuable, is that in your day-to-day life, there were kids who were goof-offs, who wouldn't be listening.
Exactly.
But as being part of a classroom, they would also have to answer questions about the American Revolution, and they would also have to occasionally guess what this organelle was called inside of a cell.
Yeah.
And it just kind of involved everyone in this communal pursuit of learning. That it felt like this, like, oh, this is... Even if we're all goofing off, we are all talking about cells today, which is just weird. It's a weird thing to be doing as a group.
And, it's so hard to participate sometimes because you have that level of anxiety of, okay, you have the center stage now.
Mm-hmm.
There's 30 people in the class looking at you.
Yeah.
And what if you say something wrong?
Yeah.
And the thing is, that's okay.
Like when you're a kid, your world is really small because you're just with your family. But then when you go to school, you see, wow, there's so many people. It's such a larger social space. But then as you move into adulthood, your social space can shrink again. And I think it's like really important to try to not let it shrink down to just the people that you talk to that are just your family or your partner or whoever. Like trying to keep it keep your community large.
And that even applies to like friendships. Like when you get out of college, you don't have this like tight-knit group of friends.
Mm-hmm.
You need to participate in these friendships and actively reach out to your friends that you haven't talked to in a while, You
need to create the equivalent of group projects with your kind of slacker partner.
Exactly. And that, that brings us to maybe the next one.
Yeah.
You need more arts and crafts in your day-to-day.
Oh my gosh. Number whatever we're on.
Call a friend.
Say, we need to make papier-mâché flowers today.
Or else
it's over.
Or it's over. We're not friends anymore.
We are going to make paper mache sunflowers with actual sunflower seeds inlaid into the flower, or it's over between us. No,
you don't need an ultimatum.
Don't give any ultimatums. We're just joking. Set aside some time to go, okay, this isn't for any real purpose. This isn't even very productive.
Yeah.
I'm folding this piece of paper until it kind of looks like a crane.
And if you're obsessed with it being productive or not, exercising the creative part of your brain when you're doodling or sculpting or doing a little craft is so important for your general productivity.
Yeah, it stretches your brain in a way that otherwise it just will never be worked.
Yes.
Because I haven't sculpted something in quite a long time.
Yeah.
But when in the last few years or 5 years that I've gotten my hands on some clay, all of a sudden I'm like, oh, I could make a face with this.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember how I would do this. Oh, and you can make ears like this.
Exactly.
And you can do this, and it's such a wonderful stretch of the creative muscles and the brain juices.
And a part of your brain that you can create something out of nothing, right? We try and do that every day, and we get used to doing these tasks that we
turn into routines.
And suddenly you have this blank slate, whether it's a canvas or a piece of clay or a blank page, right? Yeah. And you can craft something that just didn't exist before.
Yeah.
Right? Into anything you like.
And you can look at a blank page and say, okay, what's something I've never drawn?
Yeah.
How good would I be at drawing a train?
A dog riding a cactus.
Yeah. But that poor dog.
That poor dog.
Or, yeah.
I don't know why I said that.
No, I liked it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's exactly what you said. Creating something from nothing in a way that isn't full of pressure, but full of joy.
What were the little crafts you made in class?
I was a serial doodler.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't get in trouble much in classes, but the thing I got in trouble for most was doodling on my tests, doodling on my assignments, doodling in my notebooks.
I would do the same thing because I would always make origami out of the the homework or the anything.
And so you'd have to turn it in unfolded.
Yeah, exactly.
And have all these creases.
Yeah. And I turned it in as a crane.
Yes. You go,
here it is.
Here you go, Miss Tabernakis.
Shout out to Miss Tabernakis.
Yeah, and she looks and she goes, was this an origami Yoda? You go, no. But yeah, I think my big thing was doodling. I was really, really into drawing faces. I've always been obsessed with just drawing faces over and over again. And I can really only draw this one face. It's just because I could never draw hair. It's always just a bald guy.
It's always a bald guy, I know. But it's also like the skulls are really interesting to draw. I was always drawing creatures and weird dragons.
Dragons
and monsters and
dragons, pirate ships. I drew for a long time. Yeah, Pokemon. I would draw Pokemon
and Pokemon-like creatures. I mean, Thomas and I would go over to his house and just make new Pokemon.
Yeah.
And just draw them and describe their powers in the back. And then we tried and attempted to battle them.
Yes.
Together.
Yeah, we did. We tried to invent new Pokemon, and then we would each design our Pokemon independently, and then we would name them as a committee.
Yes.
We would go, I don't think Shell Grump. Shell Grump is good, but I don't like Shell Spark. That's not right.
And then we would battle them. And it was kids' rules where I don't know. No one really won.
Kids' rules where your imagination is what wins.
Exactly.
It's just the fun of it. Oh, which is another, I think, thing we could talk about, which is just imagination.
Yeah. Use that thing.
Use that imagination.
Use that thing.
That's the motto.
That's the motto of today's episode.
My favorite thing to do from probably the ages of 4 years old to 14 years old, either sit in the corner of my family's living room playing with action figures, imagining a world, or to run around in my friends' yards pretending to be in that world.
We did that a little bit over COVID too.
Yes.
Just rediscovering that little part and pretending we were wizards with powers and stuff. And it was so freeing.
Yeah, we'd be out on hikes. We're both 20 years old probably. Maybe more like 19. And we were on this long hike for the 30th day in a row and having seen no one else. We're like, should we pretend we're wizards? Yep. Yeah. I'll be a fire wizard. You be a water wizard. Sounds like a plan. Let's do it. And it's so freeing because you think, you can do that because you're a kid and so you don't have this sense of reality. No, you can do it now.
You can do it now.
Our imaginations are just as good now.
Yeah.
If you just give it the space to flow out.
You can improvise with your friends, It's fun. It exercises the creative part of your brain that, and invents new things and new ideas and makes things more efficient in some ways.
Yeah. practicing that kind of improvisational mindset and that imagination, of course, is going to make you think outside the box in your actual useful, productive life.
Exactly.
But also, it's just joyous for its own sake.
We don't have the time to do that these days, you know? That time that I used to spend with my action figures or running around in a circle with friends, pretending I had bubblegum blasters, you know, is spent scrolling or
listening to a podcast.
Not that that's a bad thing.
Usually just scrolling stuff I don't even care about.
Yeah, and kind of numbing yourself from the outside world.
Because that's what it was as a kid. It's, you know,
it was escapism in some way.
Because the world is big and scary, and this is a world that you can just contain within yourself.
Yeah.
And it's an escape in that way because it can be wonderful and fun and exciting, but not scary. You have another one?
Yeah, I think as kids, ignorance was bliss.
Yes.
You know, and there was a beauty to just existing in a world
without these big dark questions.
And I don't think the answer to those questions is ignorance necessarily. I think it's coming to terms with those questions.
Yeah.
And really embracing the fact that you are here now in this moment.
Mm-hmm.
You're living in that moment right then because that moment is so long. Those 5 minutes you experience.
Yes. It's pure being because you're not so worried about what comes after or what comes before. You actually get to be there and enjoy the wonderful feeling of running around in the grass or looking up at the trees.
Exactly.
Or sitting under a desk looking up at the gum and kind of poking it with your fingernail, and it sinks in a little bit, but not as much as it would sink into like really fresh gum.
And then picking that gum off the table and putting it in your mouth.
And then going, that's a bad idea.
That was probably gross.
I won't do that next time. And you get a little bit wiser. I don't know about you, but those big questions of mortality and existence hit me pretty early on. Like you don't have to be that old to start thinking about that.
No.
You know, I was probably 8 years old when I was really like, man, what even is being alive?
Right.
Always after that, I always felt like I was this weirdo who was the only one thinking about these things, where everyone else was just running around being kids. And maybe at the age, maybe I was. But so much of the wonderful memories I'm thinking back on took place in a time when I was already questioning those big things. But I just happened to still be able to turn it off and then go run around.
Yeah.
But it was always that kind of, this is very personal, but I was always felt like I was running from the big scary feelings, the big scary thoughts.
Sure.
Even as a 10-year-old kid.
Yeah.
Whereas the wonderful thing we get to have as adults is the bandwidth and the strength to kind of not necessarily answer the questions, but to confront them in a way and to process them in a way that allows you to maybe find that pure unbridled joy in being without having to just hide from them.
It's not about ignoring things.
And we're saying this kind of to ourselves too.
Exactly. I think that is sort of a main thing about this.
That's really important to note. We're saying all these things because we're kind of just telling each other how we want to be more like.
Exactly.
You know, why shouldn't we be able to feel as adults the joy we felt as kids?
Right. And, you know, these things we're talking about, like recess and sharks and minnows and these little, like we have sports. Yeah. You know, we have sporting events. We have ways to bond. Like, oh, you see the game?
We have artists. We have art classes and pottery places people go to.
Exactly. And we have these things to talk over and bond about. But it's embracing that you can just be a little goofy and flawed.
Not very good at something. But still enjoying it. But there's something to be said for the beauty of becoming an adult.
Right.
And going, no, I want to be good at the things I'm doing. I want to do something that provides for the people around me and makes an impact in the world in a real sense. And having ambition and setting goals and trying to find a way to accomplish that. Like that's this really rich, beautiful experience too. But I think especially in the system we all live under, it's really easy to kind of completely forget about that freedom and that joyousness that comes from not having all of that, not carrying that burden.
Yes.
Because we're so encouraged to go, you need to make more, you need to do more, you need to make every moment this checkbox to tick.
Right.
Whereas as a kid, you're completely just, I'm here in my house and I'm going to have the best time no matter what because I'm 8 and it's awesome.
Exactly.
So let's get a little bit more joy and play and freedom in that day-to-day life.
Yeah.
Keeping going with that, similar message. I'll go with sharing is caring. This is something that I think people say it a lot just because it rhymes.
Right, but it's also something applicable we can use today, you know?
Yeah, you're on the...
Elon Musk.
No, like, picture this. It's someone's birthday, and they brought cookies to class. Everyone gets a cookie, but there's an odd number of kids and an even number of cookies, which means one kid is either going to go without a cookie or someone needs to share.
Or everybody needs to break a little piece off of their cookie and make one giant amalgamation of a ball cookie to give to the sad child without a cookie.
But in those situations, of course, the thing that any teacher or any good kid would say is, sharing is caring. Of course you can have this chunk of my cookie.
Of course. At least one kid is going to share, you know?
Yeah. And I guess in our real world, lots of people are out there sharing and doing their best to share with the people who need it. But we need to remember this as like a core tenet.
A core tenet, and force people to share.
It's like, sharing is caring. And you're gonna share. I think there's lots of people here, you libertarians out there, are going to go, I'm not going to get forced to do anything.
Right.
This is my stuff. And power to you. But we're saying, don't you see that you're behaving like the spoiled kid in class who doesn't want to share?
Exactly.
Don't you see that you're being that kid in class who everyone's going to go, oh yeah, that's the mean kid. That's the kid whose parents have spoiled him and haven't taught him the right way to be a person. And pretty soon he will grow up and he will be a nice, kind individual.
And he'll be a libertarian.
No.
No, sorry.
Ideally, he'll be a democratic socialist like any self-respecting individual. But no, it's definitely important to remember that sharing is caring.
You give a mouse a cookie.
If you give a mouse a cookie,
he may
want some milk. Okay, what do we got next, Andy? Hit me.
I think we should form these systems of the inaccessible wonder that you had as a child looking at an adult saying like, oh, that guy's 21, you know, that or 15, you know, that guy can start to learn to drive, right?
To clarify, you're talking about that feeling of looking forward at other ages thinking, one day I'll be able to do that. I'm so excited to do that.
Exactly. Like, what can I do when I turn 30 that I can't do at any other age?
At 24.
At 24, right?
Yeah. What can I do at 71 that I couldn't do at 50?
Exactly.
It would be so awesome if we had these little, they don't have to be huge.
They have to be a law.
Yeah. It has to be very restrictive.
Yeah.
But we can make it small enough so it's just fun.
Right.
Let's think of some things. Okay.
Like, let's outlaw gumballs till you're 30.
Yeah. You can't chew. Gum is fine, but gumballs,
those are for 30 years old.
30s and up.
Yep.
Yeah, and because then everyone in their 30s be going to gumball parlors.
I know. Yeah, yes. As they should.
Yes.
And I would be looking forward to my 30s now going, oh, I wish I could have a gumball right now, but I can't.
Like, I've had a few here and there, but just when
I've had a couple underage gumballs.
My parents were sharing with me.
Yeah.
And it was so fun. That first crunch of a gumball.
Oh, so good.
No, but it would be that feeling of, I have something to look forward to here.
Exactly.
Or, like, yeah, when you're 71, you can finally wear, like, a Kangol hat, like a golfer's cap.
Sure. Yeah, that's the age.
Like, that's the age.
Yeah.
And all these 71-year-olds are looking so suave in these golfer's caps.
But how do we enforce this? Do we go, hey, little boy, take that off.
Take that Kangol hat off right now. Obviously, enforcement here is a nightmare.
Yeah.
But just as maybe a social thing that we can all look forward to something. Because the second you hit 21, or maybe 25 if you love renting cars.
Right.
You go, okay, well, I've done all the cool things with getting older. Now it's just a slow decline.
Which it's not. You have so much growth to do and learning and giving you have to do. And that's the thing I guess we're not thinking about. You give so much more to the next generation at a certain point.
Yeah.
But it's so weird to think about like that.
Yes.
Why can't it just be gumballs?
Yeah, why does it have to be imparting my hard-fought wisdoms and lifetime of experience and knowledge? Yeah. Why can't it just be like, now you can blow way bigger bubbles?
Yeah.
The thing is, obviously, it's not a slow decline as you age.
No.
In terms of life experience, many people say that their 60s and 70s are their happiest decades of their lives.
Right.
It's just this feeling of like, now I've done all the things that I can do. I can technically do anything I want. I'm an adult now, and so I guess I'm done. Now it's just stasis.
Yes, homeostasis. Yeah.
Whereas what I want is something more like a progression of like a next step up.
Exactly.
And there are other things. There's getting married. There's having kids.
Sure.
There are those other milestones.
Exactly. But those aren't like outlawed, you know. I mean, actually, marriage you can't. But you
can't be married unless you get married.
Yeah. Yeah. Any other ideas for like, I don't know, 42? What can you do when you're 42?
When you're 42, you can finally use floss picks.
Oh, that's good. That's
your whole
good.
life.
Because it helps. It's environmentally conscious as well.
Yeah, because floss picks aren't so good for the environment.
Yeah.
And so that's why everyone under 42 has to use actual regular floss.
Yeah.
But once you're 42, because it's just, you're that old, it's a privilege you get.
Right.
You now can floss with the floss
pick.
And it's a small.
And everybody on their 42nd birthday gets, I know what this is. It's the floss
It's the floss picks. You got the ones flavored like mint? I love mint. We're making 42 seem very boring.
I was going to say exciting, but.
Okay, next up for me, that wide social group that is still a lot of people, but is still small enough for you to wrap your head around and to know everyone.
So you're saying in school we have this our whole grades and other grades as well, and this structure, right?
However many people, it's like, okay, there's these, 80 people that I know their names, their siblings' names, their parents' names, what they like to do, what sports they're good at, or what their mile time is.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, that feeling of having all these people that you know and you've spent a lot of time with and you've talked to a lot and you're going to see on a day-to-day basis for the foreseeable future, because for you the foreseeable future is
people you could have crushes on.
Yeah, and people that you had crushes on in the past, but you've now moved past it and you both are still friends.
There's this whole story and this whole canon that that everybody knows about each other as well.
Yeah. People have tight-knit families and stuff, but that group of just friends and acquaintances that you have a tight-knit relationship with over a long period of time is pretty rare outside of a school setting. Yeah, I think that's our natural state. It's more like if you think about early Neolithic humans, they were living in small family and community groups
where everybody kind of knew each other.
It was 100 or 200 people max, and you would know this group from the time you were born to the time you died. And it was tightly knit, and you knew everyone. It was deeply social and deeply intimate.
And you would just respect the elder, and the elder would pass on their information to you of the rest of the canon of the group.
Yes. And you kind of had a little microcosm of that in, 5th to 8th graders, because there's the 8th grader who's going, yeah, being an 8th grader can be tough sometimes, but it's also really fun.
Yeah.
And then
I hit a vape. And oh fuck! I hit a vape.
Oh no! And when someone hit the first kid to hit a vape in a class,
and everybody goes,
that
kid's sketchy.
That kid's a bad kid.
That's a bad kid.
And truly, they were usually they're kind of a troublemaker.
Troublemaker sometimes, yeah.
I never hit a vape, for the record.
Yes, me neither.
But yeah, there's something so valuable about that big group of people that you move through it with rather than just away from.
Big family. And you remember when you're graduating and moving from 8th grade, it's so sad because you are moving away from your family that you've spent so much time growing with.
Yeah, almost as much time as your actual family.
Right.
If not more in a lot of cases.
Yeah.
And high school graduation too, because there was kids our good friend Charlie.
Yeah.
I went to school with Charlie from kindergarten to senior year of high school, which is that's 13 years of solid friendship and solid seeing this kid every day for 13 years. And then at some point you go, okay, we're done.
I mean, keeping those connections, after college and after high school, that's super important, in seeing where you are and seeing where you grow differently.
Yeah.
And the relationships you have today is staying in touch
is really important. But also it's what we were saying earlier. It's knowing your neighbors. It's trying to reach out to friends, even if you're not sure if you're close enough friends to reach out to for lunch yet. It's
90% of the time you are.
90% of the time you're both excited that someone reached out.
Exactly.
And now you have a new friend and your little social network gets a little bit wider.
Yeah. My next little reminder is remember in class where we would get little rewards.
Yes.
For all the things we did, like participation stars and stickers and little keychains at times.
Maybe silly bands.
Maybe a class party at the end of the semester where we all eat pizza
Friday.
Fruit punch.
Oh my gosh.
Mind blowing, right?
Transformational.
Transformational. We need little reward systems, and I know in offices and office workers,
there's bonuses,
and you have a Christmas party and stuff. I'm mostly thinking of The Office, the TV show.
Yes.
but
I want keychains.
Keychains for not as a you work harder so you get a keychain.
No, I get a bunch of keychains wholesale, and then if my friend seems to be having a bad day, I give him a keychain.
Yeah. Or, hey man, I'm proud of that accomplishment you did. You just, I don't know, improved your mile time.
Yeah. You ran that half marathon.
That's awesome.
Here's a sticker.
Here's a sticker. And it's pretty weird to think about, but if we implement some system like this in our friendships and in our work environments,
as an adult, it's often like, let me buy you dinner, or drinks are on me. Yeah. We don't need that. I want a sticker.
I want a sticker.
I want a sticker that looks like a dinosaur.
I want a pizza party at the end of the month.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love a pizza party.
Oh, me too. I can't eat pizza anymore.
I know.
Lactose intolerant, but I'd still love one.
But the concept of a pizza party as a student was like Valhalla.
Put on a movie in the background, eat some pizza, and you're just chatting. You're yapping the whole time.
You're chatting, you're eating pizza. Ooh, the Bay Area, the place we'd go to is Round Table Pizza.
Yeah.
And it would always have a little table stuck in the middle of the
pizza.
Sure,
who gets the little table?
Who gets to play with the little table?
Yeah.
Speaking of movies in class, I have a note here that's just those random rainy days where you'd have to eat lunch inside because
it was pure chaos.
Yeah, we had outdoor lunch areas because we were in California, so there wasn't much need for indoor cafeterias. But on the days where it was really raining hard, we would all have to go into classrooms and eat lunch in there or in the gymnasium.
And they would put on a movie in the background. And it would be the coziest and most chaotic,
most specific feeling I've ever had.
It's cozy, and it's some of the most talking and closest connection I've had in a school environment.
It's humid because it's been raining outside and everyone's shoes are wet and squeaking on the little
stinky
linoleum floor, and it kind of smells weird, and everyone's lunches are smelling up the room. Someone's opening up a thermos.
Yeah. You mean you are opening up thermos.
I'm opening up a thermos.
Thomas was a soup kid.
I was a thermos kid. I had a little thermos, and occasionally I'd have a nice warm soup for lunch.
Yeah, I'd open up my stinky sandwich.
Your liverwurst sandwich.
Liverwurst sandwich.
But that feeling of going in at lunch and all eating together, and you're way in way closer quarters with people, and you're kind of hanging out with people you didn't usually hang out with, and your teacher puts on Mulan.
Yeah.
And you're all singing, "I'll make a man out of you." Thinking about the rainy lunches, how to apply that idea to adult life, I guess it's just like noticing when there's a really good vibe or a random kind of feeling in the air.
Yeah.
Like you go through your life kind of in this little mental submarine or force field that protects you from everything. You're like, I'm just going from day to day. I'm just on my commute. I'm just walking into work. I'm just walking home from wherever I've been.
Because it's all on the way to a place.
Yes.
Rather than as a kid, even those 10 minutes were so much longer in your mind when you were all huddled in the wet, humid classroom together.
Yeah.
When you were present in that moment so specifically.
Yeah, because as an adult, because you kind of have to care for yourself, you're always strung between destinations. You're either en route to something or you're about to have to leave where you are to go somewhere else.
To do work.
And do important stuff.
Which is important, but
having that kind of placelessness and aimlessness that a kid has of not knowing, oh, pretty soon we're just going to go there and it's all just a stop along the way, and thinking, and instead having this feeling of, oh no, for these 10 minutes, I'm just really right here.
Yeah.
Whatever there is what the world is to me.
Exactly.
And so when it's kind of dark outside and there's rain and it's wet and humid, that's what the world is.
Right.
It's not just, oh, this weather will pass and it will be gone.
Mm-hmm.
It's right now, this is a different world.
Yeah. And I think as an adult, it's hard to have these moments and social moments where play is involved,
mm-hmm.
and you could be a little more fun and goof around.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of us use maybe alcohol or other substances to cope with that, sort of thing, when you don't need that necessarily.
Not at all.
There's the work environment and then there's play, right?
Yeah.
There's a different thing,
mm-hmm.
and those distinctions are helpful. We need a way besides ingesting something to have fun and be
playtime
and just be a kid. I think that's what we've been advocating for this whole time.
Yeah. I'm a very big fan of the game night.
Right.
Or just of light structured playing certain games like a fishbowl or a charades or something that's just
yeah. But we're cool though.
Yeah, we're really cool also.
We go out.
Yeah, we're super cool. Trying to make ourselves seem cool talking about recess all day.
The whole it gets later and suddenly the nighttime is a time to release, and finally you could be, oh, I'm out of work and
now I can go crazy, or now I can have
go
tons
crazy.
of fun, or now's when I'm with my friends.
And hey man, you could go crazy at noon.
Yeah.
On
a lunch break, you can go out onto the street and do jumping jacks.
Yeah.
You can go on the street and just flail your arms
and
around.
just tag a random. I don't know about. I'm not advocating for tag a random stranger, but you could make a friend outside.
Okay. If you have a friend, a coworker, and you share a lunch break, ask them earlier in the day. Say, at lunch, do you want to play tag?
Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
And if they're a real friend, they'll say, yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it.
And then you'll be running around playing tag. And yeah, you might get some weird looks from coworkers and supervisors.
Sure.
Ask them if they want to play too.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is not financial advice. We will not be held liable.
Nor
for
work advice. Like if you get fired doing this,
that's not on us.
That's not on us.
I think this kind of ties into that.
100th day celebration. What is that?
Oh, the 100th day celebration is. This was something I think we did only at the school we went to before you were even there. It was the elementary school. It was on the 100th day of school every year. We would have a big party. The whole school would have like a festival in the main gymnasium, and we would all make 100 glasses, and we would kind of like play big games and sing songs together.
Yeah.
What I liked about it was just celebrating being together for a random arbitrary piece of time.
Yes,
exactly.
Just,
we've done it, guys. Let's all join hands and run in circles. It's fun.
Exactly.
And just that kind of random ceremony for the fun of it, I think needs a little bit more presence in day-to-day life.
I agree.
Like, what if we, at the beginning of every day, before we start editing videos,
had a celebration?
Yeah, like maybe.
Maybe.
Or like, what if like every 10th video we made made a dance and like had
like a TikTok dance?
We just learned to dance together and performed it.
Okay. Yeah.
Every 10 videos.
No, that's from this point on, and you viewers, you gotta hold us up.
You hold us to this.
Every 10 videos from now.
10 videos from right now, I want you guys to comment, where's the dance video?
Where's the dance video?
Where's the dance video? Similar is also like Spirit Days.
Yeah. Spirit Days. Yeah. Like Pajama Day or Crazy Hair Day, or just things you could do as a giant as a group, or maybe it's around the world. We just have a giant Spirit Day where we go Crazy Hair Day, And
everyone on planet Earth has to do a really weird hairdo.
Yeah. Yeah, because we're all in this together.
Do you remember we had specifically a Crazy Hair Day,
yeah,
which was like one of everyone's favorite days.
Sure.
Pajama Day was also very big.
Pajama Day was great.
Do you remember how you did your hair?
Yeah, I had like a silver spray with glitter in it that I would spike my hair up.
Yeah.
Like in a big, I think it was a mohawk.
Yeah.
Or a faux hawk, sorry.
Cool.
And it would be this giant silver kind of look.
Cool. What I did, like I said, I had this big orb of curly hair.
Yeah.
What I did on Crazy Hair Day was straighten it with a flat iron and gel slick it straight down.
I remember that.
Yeah. No one was like, that's crazy. Everyone's just like, your hair's wet.
I was sitting over the other side of the classroom going with giant silver hair.
Everyone else just kind of has
like has a butterfly in their hair or something. And
you had a giant saw blade on your head. But I loved Crazy Hair Day, and like it made a full holiday out of just a random Wednesday.
Exactly.
You go, oh, it's Crazy Hair Day this week. We'll have fun this week.
Yeah, yeah. Or like when we had to make our own costumes for Halloween. Mm-hmm. Like why don't we do that anymore?
Yeah.
I was a giant banana.
I was a big gingerbread man. How did you make your banana?
We went to foam distributors.
Really?
Like mattress foam distributors to try and find specific foam in order that at a specific price range, because we only had $10 to make these costumes. It's just 3 plies of foam in a big center hole in the middle. We did a whole parade where I walked around as a banana. And I was the star of the show.
No, I was a big gingerbread man.
A banana?
Everyone loved the gingerbread man.
I was a big, bright yellow banana.
If we're being honest, Luca Johnson was probably
What was Luca Johnson?
He was a Toblerone.
That was great. It was really good too, like too good, because his dad was a painter.
His dad
he didn't do that himself.
He was a professional, like renowned painter.
Yes.
We both also had help.
He did not do that himself.
We both got a lot of help from my parents too.
Not me.
You went to foam distributors.
I was on the streets, man. I just called them up. I was like, listen up. It's part of my day job. I did a lot of foam distributing back in the day.
That's even more evidence of just like crafts, like random crafts for the sake of it, enriches life in such a weird way.
Yeah.
Like your day holds more, because an hour of your day doing the stuff you usually do passes like nothing. But an hour of your day where you're needing to figure out how to make a banana out of some foam,
Right.
is a long time.
Exactly. And all of this is coming back to learning as a whole.
Yes.
You know, learning as a whole, learning how to make that banana,
Learning how to make a candle.
learning how to make a candle.
Learning all of the state capitals. Learning
Right.
the history of Europe. Learning
A little memorization, goes
Yeah.
a long way.
This is really what we're saying, is just this openness to knowing you don't know everything
Yeah.
and chasing as much as you can to take in. Just like always open yourself up to that novel experience or that
Right.
new piece of information or that random kind of weird hobby that you probably won't be good at, but it's going to be fun.
Yeah. Cat's cradle.
Yes, cat's cradle, jump rope,
Jump rope.
square dancing.
Square dancing.
That reminds me of another thing I have down here, is just every once in a while just learning a weird sport,
Yes.
which is, I guess, a broader idea would be PE.
PE. Yeah, we learned a ton of odd sports in our particular school.
Baka ball?
But what was baka ball?
Was it called baka ball? It's where it was volleyball, but you had to kick the ball.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the ball was like plastic.
Yeah.
Or
yeah,
made of
yeah,
wicker.
Yeah. Or the giant Chinese dreidel like yo-yo.
Diabolo.
Diabolo.
Yes.
Yeah. We learned how to do those, and
Field hockey.
Field hockey was so awesome.
Yes.
I wish we
It's
could
a
play that
good
today. It's a
sport.
great sport.
Yeah. I mean, also PE in general is just a time that's set aside in your day to get active, to get moving,
Get that heart rate up.
and to get active with other people around.
Yeah.
So often I think nowadays exercise is very solitary. It's you
Right.
go into this gym and you put your headphones in and you lift these heavy things, or you're on the treadmill.
And there's a little bit of fun competition in
Yes, in PE.
PE.
Who's good at this thing versus who's good at this other thing. I remember there were kids who weren't good at some sports who killed at badminton.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Specific people were so good at badminton.
I know. Why were they so...
And we had to do some silly, embarrassing things at PE too that
Yeah.
helped us grow so much. They put us in groups with girls,
Yeah.
and
We
we
had
had
to
to do dance
it.
routines,
Dance routines.
and jump rope routines.
And you start to have to break those barriers that so often would just... I mean, that's something unique to being a kid. It's like, I've never held a girl's hand.
Yes, exactly.
And in PE dance, you have to hold
the
older
girl's
hand.
Yeah.
And that's an important step. But it's also something you can mirror that in real life of just like, oh, I haven't met anyone
Hold a
new.
random girl's hand. No, don't do that.
Don't listen to him.
Don't listen to that.
It's hard to find the time to get a big group of people to run around in a field.
That's very true.
Yeah. But when I've had the opportunity to, like certain friends have had birthday parties where it's a field day. We're all going to go to this park and we're going to play Frisbee
Exactly.
and we're going to play soccer and we're going to play tag. And they're my favorite birthdays I've been to.
They're the most fun.
So much more fun than like going to dinner.
Yeah, let's go to Zebulon.
Yeah, let's go and kind of like half dance and half just like sit here talking.
Yeah.
Let's play army tag.
Yeah.
So much of this podcast is just us finding an excuse to play army tag with our friends.
Cleanup time.
Cleanup time. This one was no one's favorite at the time.
No.
It really wasn't. I remember dreading it, but also there was a joy to it.
Yeah.
Like in art class, when everyone have to go wash their palettes, I was always the one to go, I'll wash them. I'll just rinse them. Everyone hand them in and I'll wash them. Because I liked to spray the water on the pallets and see which colors came out and what the water would look like. Or the cups, like the cups where you wash off the paintbrushes.
Yes.
Seeing the different colors of the water in each of those.
Yeah. Oh, but the paintbrushes were the worst because it's so hard to get the paint out of the paintbrushes.
Yeah.
You have to know that specific technique in order to like get a little bit of dish soap, run it through your finger like that. But it was really satisfying to rub the bristles.
I guess the moral of the story is if there's something you don't want to do, you need to all make a song about it to get it done. So what's some other stuff? We could make a song about addressing climate change for the world. That could be fun.
Yeah, clean up.
Cleanup.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think we need a little bit more communal cleanup time, not just as a community or a family or a friend group, but as a society.
Yeah.
We need to have a cleanup time, I think.
Cleanup day, maybe once every week we go out and clean the streets,
not just clean the streets, but go out into waterways and pick up trash.
Yeah, and we shouldn't like have to delegate that to one specific person's job, even though that's valuable and we appreciate what they do entirely. If we did it as a community, it would really ground us with what is around us and what we have to do to keep this community clean and good and a place for everybody.
And our natural spaces too, and places where that are polluted and full of litter that shouldn't be, national parks and stuff. Not national parks, even just a random patch of forest by the side of a street that gets tons of garbage thrown into it. Like,
exactly.
Everyone goes there and sings some cleanup, fix up those bottles.
Right.
There's a few little squirrels that are a little bit happier.
Yeah.
Maybe an ibis.
Sure, an ibis. Oh yeah. Singing a song with a group of friends is like, it's such a vulnerable thing to do, you know. And you have some friends, hey, they're tone deaf.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
You can still sing.
Yeah, if there's enough people around them, they'll get the area they're supposed to be singing in.
Yes.
Because we had music classes growing up where every day you'd have to sit down in rows and you have to all try to sing a song together.
Yeah.
Or in a choir class or things like, or a jazz.
We all had to take, a choir class.
We would all sing together. You'd sing with your bully and you'd sing with your best friend and you'd sing with the people you had crushes on. And it was just part of the texture of life was joining in song.
Yes, and being vulnerable and singing about silly things and like Peanuts.
Yes. Or we had a whole song that was just called We Are the Children of the World.
Right.
And we just sing, we are the children of the world, children of the world. It was great.
Yeah.
But just the activity of joining in song and having this flowing good energy of we're all singing a pretty tune together.
Yeah. In this giant world that is a classroom.
Yeah, everyone here on Earth together. In a way, if we think about that web of connection and learning, we're all classmates here.
Yeah.
And if life is the school, yeah, every day is a new lesson. And everyone you're there with is part of that community and part of that web.
Even that weird kid eating eating crayons.
Yes. Yes, even the weird kid in the corner eating crayons, even the kind of edgy kid you don't really like, you're all here learning something together. Because when you're a kid, one other thing I have here is that strange melancholic joy of realizing that you're really alive.
Yeah.
I have this very distinct memory from when I was a kid. It was a full moon and I was looking out my bedroom window out at the wind blowing in the trees. And it always kind of thought of nighttime as being this, it's the world kind of goes away when it's nighttime. But seeing the world out there
being awake in a time that you're not always awake.
Yeah, being awake when I'm not supposed to be. I was like, oh, there's a whole world out there.
Yeah.
And I remember I was probably like 6 or 7, and I had this moment of, oh, I'm a real person.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a real person, and this is the real world.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe it was just because I was a kid who was so often stuck in my imagination. But I think that's like a really big part of being a kid. It's that feeling of, whoa, I'm really here, because it's your first time being here.
Right, right.
I think we forget about it and we lose that sensitivity to it. But that truth never really goes away. Like, we're always here for the first time. Also, there weren't any phones back then.
There weren't any phones back then. No, and yeah, there weren't phones.
Yes. I mean, that's a whole other episode.
I know.
Which we kind of did.
We did.
There weren't phones.
We weren't allowed to have phones as a kid, and at a certain point, in electronics and technology got integrated into our schooling because maybe smartly they saw the future would be a lot on laptops and iPads, and the workforce would be using these tools, right? But for a while there,
the school was completely separate from the computer world, except for computer lab.
Yeah.
Which was an allotted period of time where you can learn how to use these machines.
And play on that one digital art app.
KidPix.
KidPix. Oh.
Was it KidPix?
I think it was KidPix.
So fun.
So fun.
Yes. The sounds it would make.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, that was good. But I think ultimately the most important thing that we forgot as adults.
It's the first thing we really learn as kids.
It's the golden rule.
It's treat others how you want to be treated.
Exactly.
And it's weird to say that that's like the central message of our childhoods, but it's kind of the central message of life.
Exactly. And as a kid, maybe it feels like in a classroom it's just to keep the classroom in as a tame environment.
It's a way to move through not just the schoolyard, but through life, through everything, through how you think about people.
It's an incredibly important philosophy to live your life behind, even though it's something as silly as the golden rule.
Yeah. It's just acknowledging me and you. It's me acknowledging that you have an inner life that deserves respect.
And an existence just as valuable as mine, no matter your background, no matter anybody's background.
You are a life like I am, and so I should treat you like the life I am living should be treated.
And we're missing that so much today.
It seems strange that the idea that treating others how you want to be treated
could be even controversial in the first place.
Or political at all.
Yeah.
But if you just let the idea of treating others how you would like to be treated guide
the baseline of your whole ideology about life.
If you let it guide your worldview, you know how you feel about the state of the world.
Yeah.
It's just so obvious. There's so many people out there who aren't listening to that basic first thing you ever learn.
Because, yes, it's cheesy. It's the same thing as we are the world.
Yeah. But it's true.
It's true. We are the world. We are the children.
Yes. We're the children of the world.
We're the children of the world.
Thank you, Mr. Cooper.
Yeah.
At some point, I think it's exactly what we're talking about, of that realization of childhood, is realizing, oh, this experience I'm having, this whatever this existence is, it isn't just a solitary thing. It's not just, this is the universe.
Yeah.
It's, oh, I am one person. I'm one person of 1 billion people, of 7 billion people, of 8 billion people. That means checking your ego a little bit. That means letting go of a little bit of that feeling of, I'm the center of everything.
Right.
Treating other people how you want to be treated is an acknowledgement of that smallness and that interdependence on other people.
And that comes back to listening to other people's conversation, listening and asking questions about who they are. It's about really questioning the world and the people you're living in and really embracing that.
Yeah. And it comes back to making time for play and silliness and joy with the people around you.
Exactly.
And acknowledging that you don't need to have the big answers for the darkest questions and the hardest things in life. You're just one person, and treat yourself how you want to be treated too.
Yeah.
And be good to yourself and in your inner life too. This has been talking about the simplest things that you may have forgotten and how to remember them.
We don't know when you forgot them or why, but
it's not too late to learn them again.
And now we're going to talk about our favorite sauces.
I like a remoulade.
Remoulade is fantastic. I think in a certain context,
yeah?
it's given but I'm more of an aioli kind of guy.
You like an aioli?
Yeah.
So to you, what distinguishes an aioli from like a mayo?
Well, there is a difference, I'll have you know.
Okay.
Yes, a mayo on its own, you don't have garlic mayo. You have a garlic aioli, right? It's an incorporation into a mayo, right?
I've heard chipotle mayo. Now, where does that fall in? Or a sriracha mayo?
Sure.
Is that automatically an aioli, but it's just going unnamed?
You know what? I think the difference, and this is pure hypothesis, is garlic aioli is conceived in the creation of the mayonnaise, right? So the garlic part becomes earlier in the process of making the mayonnaise, while as sriracha mayo or chipotle mayo is a mixture inside of the mayonnaise. You take the chipotle and then the mayonnaise, and then you mix that together. That's not an aioli.
Could it be the garlic? Is garlic maybe the component to make an aioli?
No.
How you feel about mustard? Anyway, thanks for listening, guys. Make sure to follow us wherever you get your podcasts.
We hope you enjoyed. We also have a Patreon and especially a book.
Yes.
Called We Love You, An Optimistic Guide to Life on a Rock Floating Through Space.
You can find it on all of our links. It's a book that still exists out there in the world, and we'd love to have you read it.
Our mindfulness moment this time around, this week, is to do a little imagining.
Yeah.
Is to do a little crafting.
To do a little playing.
Do a little play.
Find some time in your day-to-day, and don't just do it once. Try to make it almost a little bit of a routine.
Yeah.
10 or 12 or 20 minutes of sitting there imagining something, or making a craft, or running around.
Or learning a silly new sport.
Yeah.
I tell you, the yo-yo is a phenomenal sport to learn.
Juggling is actually not that hard.
Cup stacking, that'll rock your world.
Find a partner, learn to square dance.
Oh. Hey, man.
Hey, man.
Let's square dance.
Let's go for a promenade. Promenade? I don't know.
But anyway.
We
love
you.
Hey, man.
Hey, man.
We love you.